Well, we're still running down the St. Lucie Canal. We are trying to hopefully maybe get there on time for the last lock. We got one more lock we got to go to. So far we're in freshwater. As soon as we go past this last lock, we'll be back to saltwater again. Uh, but the locks close at 5 o'clock, so we're going to be pretty close. I'm not sure whether we're going to make it or not, but we're going to give it a try. Well, this is the lock, St. Lucie lock. This is the deepest lock. It actually drops 15 feet to sea level, and it's right at 10 minutes till 5. There is 2 other boats waiting, so maybe they're waiting there for them to open up the lock. Shortly after I checked on channel 13, the guy came on and said no, they had actually already closed the last lock for the day. So the next lock opening was going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I went ahead and moved over out of the area of where the lock is, and I went ahead and dropped anchor and figured, well, I can't go anywhere. So it was pretty early. I was hoping that I would make maybe another hour, maybe 2 hours, but didn't do that. So just go ahead and tie it off, and I'm gonna have a dinner, I guess, and then take my night nap for tonight. There also happens to be a state park right here, which is a very nice park. They have tents up there, they got RVs there, they even have docks here, and I didn't want to tie up on the docks because I'm sure those are state owned and you have to pay for. And I figured, well, why pay just to tie up my boat, because there is no electric and no water there. So why pay just to tie up my boat when I can just drop anchor here? And because the locks are here, there's no boats that are going to be flying and creating all kinds of wakes and stuff here. So I figured, well, might as well just go ahead and make me some dinner and get ready for tomorrow. We'll be leaving hopefully at 7 o'clock when they start opening the locks again. It's already getting kind of dark, as you can see, so I'm already had dinner. Just figured I'll take one more pass as the sun is going down and call it the night. The area looks pretty nice. I thought I might even throw the fishing rod in, and I threw it in, and the very first cast that I made, I ended up catching me a catfish. Not that I like them, and I really don't fish, so just threw them back in. I tried a few more times, didn't have any luck. Well, this is the next morning here, and as you can see, I'm coming into the lock now. There's 2 other boats already in, and I'm the last one to come in. And as soon as I tie down, then they will go ahead and start letting the water out. And like I said, this lock here is going to drop 15 feet. So I asked the guy to just throw me a line, and he said no, I have to have 2 lines, one in the front and one in the back. And normally they let you leave your engine running in case you need to do something, but in this case they said nope, got to shut your engine off. So they throw me 1 line, and I just went ahead and cleated it to the front, to the bow here. And as you can see the line there, as the water's dropping, the line keeps pulling on it. Hopefully I've got enough line there that it's not going to blow my cleat out. But I'm sure he knew about that, or else he wouldn't have thrown me that line there. I've edited a lot of this in the being in here in the channel, because in the lock. It took a long time for the water to come down, so I wasn't going to just keep videoing this thing slowly going down. So I edited a lot of it just to go ahead and and speed up things. But as you can see, they started lowering the water now, and then the line, you'll see it start moving, is because the boat's starting to go down, and it's going to drop quite a bit. Like I said, uh, the two other boats that are in front of me, they have help. I was the only one on mine, so I had to tie one line up at the front, and I'm in the back right now, holding the second line and letting line out as the water's dropping. As you can see, it dropped quite a bit now. That's because I edited a lot of this again. I didn't want to, sit here forever, uh, just watching the boat go down. Here they started opening the gates now, but we went down quite a ways, and now we just have to wait for the lockmaster to say go ahead and move on through, and then I'll go ahead and remove my lines, push my way off the side of the wall, and then slowly put it in gear, and slowly move out of the area here. This is the last lock I have to go through in the in the Okeechobee waterway. As soon as we get past this lock, we're no longer in the Okeechobee waterway. We're actually in the Intercoastal, which is where I start heading north. As soon as I get to Stewart, I start heading north there and start my trip to New York, hopefully. Don't know how far I'm going to get today, but I should be able to make it pretty much to Vero Beach. I'm going to go past Stewart. That way I can, make up some time and don't have to, as long as I got daylight and I can keep moving, I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that. I went ahead and decided I was just going to go past Stewart. I was going to tie up at Stewart and stay there or drop anchor somewhere around there. But it was going to be a short run if I did that. So I figured, well, I'll stop off and also get me some lunch while I'm on there. And then as soon as I get lunch, I went ahead and took off again. End up making it past Vero Beach, in between Vero Beach and and Sebastian, actually. Tomorrow tomorrow morning when I take off here, I'll be probably making the run all the way down to Cocoa Beach. That's almost straight across from Tampa Bay, except I'll be on the East Coast. Tampa Bay is on the West Coast of Florida. So once I get past that, next thing I got is Daytona, Jacksonville, and after Jacksonville, I'm out of the state of Florida, and I will be in Georgia. I think the next big town there is going to be Savannah, Georgia. I've heard a couple stories and I was told about a couple places to visit while you're in Georgia and Savannah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and stop there maybe a day or two. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to be traveling Saturday and Sundays, mainly because there's too much boat traffic coming in and out of here, and I'm going to be taking a pounding with these boats going by. So I've decided I'm only going to travel Monday through Friday. Even today, it was pretty busy out there. There's still a lot of boats out there. So I can imagine what tomorrow is going to be like. And I know I wasn't going to travel on Saturday, but I want to try and make it to Cocoa Beach. That way, as soon as I get to Cocoa Beach, I can go ahead and tie up somewhere out of the marina or something like that, and just take it easy, kind of clean up the boat. The boat's pretty dirty. Haven't had a chance to clean it yet because I've been on the move, so I decided I'm going to take tomorrow and Sunday to clean it all up. Still got plenty of groceries, so I'm not sure that I'm going to stop and pick up some more groceries or not. It's not a big deal. If you run out of groceries, you're not very far away from a Publix or a Winn-Dixie store where you can pick up groceries and everything. Uh, all you basically do is get off to the side somewhere. I have the map that tells you where everything is, where, Burger Kings and Publix, the marinas and parks. The state parks are a pretty good place to stay, actually. Uh, a lot of times they might let you just tie up, and at least you can go use the restrooms and stuff. Some of the state parks even have showers in them. If you have RV spaces there, you can go ahead and pay for the fee to tie up to the dock, which I don't know what it is. I'd have to find out. But if you do that and you tie up to a state park somewhere that has showers and toilets, then I mean that's great. You can take your shower. Also, I try to not go more than 2 days without taking a shower, because after 2 days, I tell you, it's tough, especially in the Florida weather here. It's kind of hot during the day, so it'd be nice to be able to cool off and just relax and feel clean. But don't go more than 2 days without a shower. So that's good advice. Even though I'm by myself, and I'm not here to impress anybody, so it's kind of, I guess, Mother Nature type thing. Hey, take your bath or you're gonna stink, I guess. I don't know. So far, it's worked out pretty good. Every 2 days, I've been able to take a shower. Now here we are leaving the last dock, and we are no longer in freshwater. We are now in saltwater, and this is going to take us into Stewart, which is not very far from here. Once you're in Stewart, that's where you start heading north on the Intercoastal, and you're not gonna, from there, your next major towns are gonna be Vero Beach, let me see, Vero Beach, Daytona, Jacksonville, I guess, are the major towns that I'd have to go through. And right after you go past Jacksonville, that's when you're going to be the Florida-Georgia line. So that's going to be a good event to celebrate. The fact that I'm out of the state of Florida. I'm not sure exactly how many states, but if I'm not mistaken, if I read it right, I think they said it was 15 or 16 states that you're going to cross or you're going to go through when you're doing the loop. So I can mark one of the states off because I will be leaving Florida. Now here we go, getting into to a real big channel here. There's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I am probably maybe 2-3 miles away from Stewart, Florida. It's pretty much been uneventful. I went through the lock with no problem. Everything went nice and smooth. I stayed overnight, anchored. After I had dinner, went ahead and went to sleep. I actually turned on the air conditioner just to see if it was going to cool the boat, and I actually ended up waking up. I woke up somewhere around 3:30 and shut it off. Here's a picture I wanted to show you. See that house there with the green roof? Well, that's my house. There you go. Better picture there. And I say that because if I had a wish, that would be my house. So it's not really my house. I hope you got that, okay? But if I had a wish, that would be my house. And here I am wasting gas. No sense. I don't know why I did that. Should have just kept going, but no. I guess I'm trying to, do something just to kill the time. I mean, it's not boring because I do get to listen to music. Uh, I have the tablet, which is what I use to do the videos and the films and all of that. And I even get to watch movies. If I'm not going very fast, I'll put a movie on and I'll watch a movie while I'm moving. So, or listen to the music, whatever I need to listen to. And then every once in a while, I go back and check my map and make sure that I didn't make a wrong turn or I'm still on the Intercoastal. And if I get out of the Intercoastal and I get too far toward the shores or something, I have an alarm that'll tell me that I'm getting into shallow water. And that helps because sometimes I'm not paying attention. And as soon as I see my alarm going off, I've got maybe, I'd say about a foot to a foot and a half to make an adjustment and hurry up and get out of there before I hit bottom. So it gives me plenty of time and plenty of warning for me to find a deeper water and I can keep going. But sometimes, like I said, when I'm watching the movie or if I'm playing music or something or looking at the map instead of looking at where I'm going, it has happened. And to a lot of people, that's how they also, run their boats aground. Mine's a 22-footer. If I run my boat aground, I basically just step out of the boat out onto the bottom of the water and I push it off and then I get back on and I keep going. But when you're talking about a 30-40 foot boat, you're not just going to get off the boat and push it off a sandbar or anything like that. Those boats are too heavy. My boat, very easy. It's only 22 and it doesn't weigh a whole lot either, so I can easily push it off the ground. Here's where I decided to have lunch. It's called Edge of the Water or something like that restaurant. And I tried to come in, but there was another boat in there, and I couldn't make it. The lady told me, "Oh no, there's another area behind there you could park." Well, where I could tie up my boat. Well, she kind of lied. There really wasn't. So I backed out, and I was going to go find me another place to eat. And as I was backing up, one of the gentlemen came up and said, "Did you want to tie up?" And I said, "Well, I was, but it's too crowded. I don't want to stay in here." And he said, "Well, I own this boat here, and I'm getting ready to leave. So, if you want to wait around, I'll go ahead and pull out, and then you can come on in." So that's what he did. He came out. I went in, tied up, got in there, had breakfast or had lunch. Meanwhile, when I started to leave, I started to kind of back off. I was in reverse, and I noticed that everybody at the restaurant was kind of like looking at me, and I'm wondering. I said, "Why are they looking at me? Do they think I can't drive the boat in reverse or something?" And they were actually stood up from their tables and looking at me, and I thought, I guess they want to see if how good I am at doing this. Well, actually turns out there was a huge boat right behind me that I didn't see because I was watching the people at the restaurant while I was backing up. I was wondering, hey, why are they watching me, do what I'm doing here? And actually they weren't looking at me. They were looking at this thing right here. And he was coming in. I was actually backing up to him. And when I put it in forward and I made a U-turn, I realized, oh my God, here's this huge boat coming into the dock. And it had like 4 crew members because they all had the same shirt on. They were all women, and it was 4 crew members. They were putting out the lines and putting the buoys on the boat as this thing was slowly creeping up to the dock. And everybody at the restaurant was actually looking at that boat coming in, not me. I thought, hey, why are they staring at me? I can go in reverse all day long with this little thing. It's no big deal. Well, it wasn't me that was the big deal. It was the big boat that was the big deal. But anyway, after I left here, I decided to go ahead and find me a spot to stay for the night. since I was dropping anchor, instead of dropping anchor, what I did is I went ahead and found this little place right here, and I went backed into the beach with the boat, and I threw an anchor and decided, this is a nice little place to stay. So there you can see where I anchored my boat off to there, ran it up to the shoreline, and dropped another anchor up to the beach so that it doesn't go forward anywhere and leave me swimming toward it. So it's actually we're gonna actually stay here overnight, but we're not staying on the boat itself. Okay. One of the things that I also wanted to do on this trip was to do what I like to call it is beach napping. And as you can see, that is not a green tree over there next to the other trees. That is my pop-up tent. I basically throw it up in the air and it blows up itself, and bring out my folding chair, set it out there. Now I can sit it, and I'm actually editing some of this film when I was, after I got done filming. While I was filming this little piece right here, I did notice something, that there was some sandals hanging on the tree there. I don't know if you can see them from right here, but I'm going to get you a close-up shot of them. There's one sandal right there, and there's the other sandal over here. So I thought, I wonder who would put sandals up on this tree here. Maybe there's somebody else around here besides me. I didn't see any other boats while I went around. I went around the whole island before I found this little spot, because it was nice and calm. It was pretty windy on the other side, so I didn't want to throw anchor there. But this side was nice and calm, and I thought, I'll just go ahead and drop anchor here. So I figured, well, I guess I'll go and investigate. So I started walking around the island. It's not a very big island, so I figured couldn't get lost. I'm sure of that. You're on an island. How bad could it be, And I figured, well, maybe I'll find Mr. Wilson out here. Or maybe I'll find some other pieces of clothing out here, and then whoever the clothes belong to. So I doubt that was going to happen. But anyway, wishful thinking. I went ahead and started walking around, and like I said, it wasn't a very big island, so it didn't take me very long to go all the way around, looking around and seeing what's there and what's not there. It's pretty interesting. These islands, or they call them spoil islands. What they did is, when they used to dredge the channels, whenever they have to dredge the channels, they pick up a lot of dirt and sand from there and make the channels wider or deeper. Well, what they do is they drop the sand on top of these barrier islands, and they create these islands. They're not already there. These are man-made islands, and there's a bunch of them. They're called spoiled islands, and that's the leftovers from the dredging of the channels, and that's why there's so many of them. These are interesting. These are trees that have actually fallen over because a lot of the sand has eroded, and then the tree no longer has roots to hold on to, so it just falls into the water. Interesting is the way the root systems are on these trees here. They normally have a pretty good hold when they are on the sand itself, and you can see the roots. A lot of them, and if you look at some of these trees here, they look like somebody's cut them off, cut pieces off of them. Well, you have a lot of artists here in Florida that cut, and this is what they call driftwood stuff. You can see where somebody's already cut a couple pieces off of this, and a lot of the artists around here will come out here and cut these driftwoods, and they'll make something with it, some kind of art form or artwork, I guess they call it. So that's where they find the driftwood when they're trying to go get some more uh, unique pieces, because these are all different. There's not going to be one that looks the same as the other. So that's what makes it unique, is that they are different. So I'm kind of about halfway around the island now. Haven't seen anybody else yet. So maybe I am the only one here. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, by the time I get done with this. I'm about halfway around now. We will be going also through a place where they said that there was a picnic table or something out there, but I haven't seen it yet. So I thought, well, I guess I wasn't the one who discovered the island then. Just like Christopher Columbus, he wasn't the first one to discover America. Well, I didn't discover this island either. Here is what they call mango tree. This one is still a live one. And what it does is these mango trees are illegal to cut down in the state of Florida. What they do is they grow these long roots, as you see there, and they don't have to go into the sand. And what they do is they help the stopping the erosion process, because boats going by real fast, they create a wake, they erode the beaches and everything. But these mango trees actually will hold on to everything. Here's the boat again, so you can see I've already gone all the way around and didn't see anybody out here. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to be the only one here tonight or not, but whatever happens, if this is the last video I post, call the Coast Guard, tell them where my last destination was. I was in a deserted island trying to find whoever owned the sandals that were hanging on the tree. That's a joke. Didn't find anybody. But anyway, sandals were there. I didn't put them there. But I might even try some fishing too, since I've still got maybe another hour of daylight. Once it starts getting dusk, that's when you start getting all the mosquitoes and gnats coming out. So then I'll go into the tent and I'll do the editing and everything else in the video here. I'm actually in the tent now, doing this editing, getting ready to post it on YouTube. I also went ahead and made up my dinner for today. And here are 2 pieces of fish that I had gotten from the restaurant that I didn't finish, a pack of tuna, a Pepsi, coconut, and a bag of barbecue chips. That's going to be my dinner for today. If I normally have one big meal,